Hello everyone, 8bitDav back again with another video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about what if Pandora Internet Radio and other similar internet radio stations existed in the 80s and 90s. Feasibility, talking about what parts of technology back in those times would be the bottleneck for making a product like this work, and just like a quick mock-up of what it might look like at that time. So thinking about Pandora Internet Radio and other internet radio stations, we're looking at basically audio streaming as the primary quality of these platforms, which is a very simple concept, in today's times, to be able to accomplish audio streaming with the infrastructure and the technology pieces we have at our disposal today. Another piece of these kind of internet radio stations incorporate likes and dislikes, which allow you to tailor the songs, tailor the content that comes across your internet radio station to allow you to listen to more things that you want to listen to in this case. So in this thought experiment, we're looking at what this would look like back in the 80s. So here's a quick little diagram of TCP IP connections. I think this is from 1982, if I'm not mistaken. And we're looking at a lot of different nodes about, where internet is currently available. And we see a lot of higher learning institutions. So we have Purdue, we have Harvard, we even have places like Rutgers, Columbia, University of Texas. We have all of these, different areas of learning that have, the ARPANET, as it's called, that node available to it for internet connectivity, being able to connect to that specific node of, this TCP IP internet connection table. So in our first sketch of the 80s design, that would be primarily the platform that it would have to sit on. So basically you stroll into Rutgers. You want to listen to some internet radio. You go to their expensive research computer. You have a long queue time to the computer system. And then, you get to listen to whatever song the computer generates, the program generates at that time. So what if you wanted to like or dislike a song? Well, we're going to actually outsource that functionality to a call system. So you're going to call in, say, hey, I like that song. Maybe a week or so, you'll get some different songs based on the song you liked. Who knows? I have no idea. As technology evolves into the 90s, we have personal computing and dial-up internet. Those two kind of booms really would take over and allow this to be a little bit more modernized closer to what it might look like today. So here's a quick mock-up in Balsamiq about, maybe like a little table in this kind of HTML-driven time, what would be possible within, a web page having, Pandora Radio being an option for them. Maybe as each song plays, it would go down in this list, keep adding songs to this list. You'd be checking off likes and dislikes from a list that would look something like this. And that could be kind of a way that this might be done in the 90s with, dial-up internet connections and, personal computing devices, whether that be desktops, whether that be, the kind of the late 90s laptops, as we're looking to get more computing power from them, maybe with actual speaker systems on board. Who knows? But there's a lot of different ways that this technology, might get held up, mostly because of, poor infrastructure and the poor advances of the internet, which were actually great advances, but, the poor status of the internet compared to what it is today would be the kind of the major bottleneck for, making a program, something like this, come to life in this way. Another reason why this might, also be a struggle is kind of this whole algorithm process. How would a company like Pandora Radio figure out the individual algorithms for liking and disliking songs? There would be something they had to develop in-house. There's probably not a whole lot of information about computer algorithms out there in this exact kind of way. That's something they might have to write from scratch, and that might be something that had to be done manually or by hand initially, starting off and then would kind of, continue to grow as the technology continued to grow there. But that could be another restriction to the technology at that point. So this has been kind of a little thought experiment about what the feasibility of something like Pandora Internet Radio would be back in the 80s and 90s. Thanks so much.